Hey, Team Numis Canada. That's what I call my members and subscribers. Hello, coin collectors young and old, and anyone else who might be watching. Welcome to Numis Canada. Today we have a special interview with Roger, one of the error experts for the Royal Canadian Numismatic Association and here in Ottawa region. And he has two very distinct errors that we should look for pennies and dimes within the 70s, and he tells us they're on foreign planchets, and he'll tell us all about how to look for those and find them, because as he put it in this video, that these coins are more valuable than silver. Now, silver's skyrocketed in price, but so it may be worth around the same amount as silver, but by all means, they're valuable. So stay tuned for this video, and it's a reminder that when we're looking through our pocket change or our coin rolls, doing coin roll hunting, we should make sure we check every coin by examining it closely and weighing it. And when you do that, you'll find these special errors that he's going to talk about. So it's a reminder to go through your pocket change and check every coin carefully. How cool is that? We'll be right back with Roger just after this. Well, I'm here with Roger. He's our error expert, our local error expert, and he's going to talk about penny errors that you could look for when you're coin roll hunting. So, by all means,
penny and 10-cent errors.
Sure.
So, the most important thing to remember is that the Royal Canadian Mint, especially through the 1970s and 80s, minted a lot of coins for other countries, and some of them are fairly obvious when you see those errors because it's a different metal composition, different color, but they minted a lot of coins for countries like New Zealand, Barbados, Bahamas, basically on Planchets very similar to our own. So the one I'm going to talk about today is Barbados. So the Barbados, as a country, ordered 1 cent coins from the Royal Canadian Mint, and they were struck on planchets that were slightly lighter and smaller than the Canadian planchets, but of the same material of bronze. So just going to reach back here. So obviously, this book is kind of like the Bible for coin collecting, and in here it has all the specifications for the coin. So the Canadian coin struck from the mid-1970s to 1979 was bronze and 3.24 grams. And so the way to look for coins from other countries is a scale. Ideally, you buy these things for maybe under $20 off eBay or something, but most importantly, you want something that goes to 2 decimal places. And these are examples of what you can find. So at first glance, you might think, oh, these are just normal Canadian pennies, but they're not. I've noted the weights down in the corners. So 3.24 is Canadian pennies, and if you go plus or minus 10%, you'll get a range of different weights for Canadian pennies. But generally, if you find something at 3.11 and less grams of a Canadian penny, then it is struck in a bronze planchet for Barbados. And that's exactly what these are.
So these are Canadian pennies on Barbados Planchets.
Yeah, and same composition, bronze as Canadians, but Canadian pennies weigh 3.24 grams or around that, plus or minus 0.5 or 0.05, whereas the Barbados specifications are 3.1 grams.
So can I hold one up to the camera?
Yeah, there's 3 different years there, just as examples. It's probably the cheapest and easiest.
Are they smaller or just thinner?
No, they're the same size because they're struck by the Canadian dies, and the metal spreads to the collar, so the diameter is the same, just slightly, not enough that you would notice.
Right.
So because 0.1 of a gram is not that much, but it's enough.
So it was these 3 years that they occurred in?
No, from 1974 up to 79.
Okay.
The Mint continued making coins for Barbados into the 80s, but Canadian coins changed in 1980. They dropped down to 2.8 grams.
Right.
So you can find a 1980 penny struck in this planchet, but they're much, much scarcer because it's actually a bigger, heavier coin.
Okay.
And so these are by far the easiest and cheapest off-country errors you're going to find in Canadian coins, because I have found lots of them. These are really nice ones from rolls, but I found lots of them even circulated that I sell maybe for 10, 15 bucks. And coin roll hunters could easily find these.
So they're so from 1974 to 1979, you should weigh your pennies.
Yeah, and look for anything 3.11 or less.
Now, we do find quite a variation in weights of coins. Anyway, so what the penny should weigh 2.54?
The 3.24.
3.24.
They're slightly larger. Now there's a range, so you'll find 3.16, 3.14. That's why I sort of err. My cutoff is 3.11.
Okay.
Anything heavier, I do not attribute it because it fits within the error range of both coins. So I want to make sure. If I think it's from Barbados, it's at 3.1 grams or less, then for sure. Especially one like this, where it's 3.06.
Right. That's very cool.
Yeah, and then the other thing to look for, and I'm just going to pull out a Canadian example.
We're gonna
here. So another one that you can find, and this doesn't require a scale, and this is really tough. In fact, it's impossible visually to tell the difference. However, there is an easy way, because the reason I've come across these is I've bought these errors from coin roll hunters. So this is a Canadian 10-cent piece from the 70s, and people who buy rolls or boxes of rolls of 10-cent coins in the bank generally coin roll hunt for silver. They want to find a silver coin. Some of them are patient enough to actually look at every date or look at the color. But the guys who like to really hunt for silver will have those big magnets, the same magnets you see in hardware stores to pick up screws and nails, big plunger magnets. And one guy came to me with about a dozen coins a few years ago, whereas most Canadian 10-cent coins stick to a magnet, these ones are from the 1970s and 80s and don't stick to a magnet. That's because they're a copper nickel composition, and they are very similar in weight and appearance to Canadian 10-cent coins, but if they don't stick to a magnet, they are struck on a Barbados copper nickel 10-cent planchet. So off country and off metal.
So
And so really the tool is a magnet.
So it's not worth the silver price, but it's
actually worth more
because it's
as an error coin. So this one, for example, is so well circulated you wouldn't be able to tell visually.
Yeah.
It's down to a fine grade, but the fact that it's what it is, silver now for a 10 cent is worth what, $5-6?
Mm-hmm.
This one's got a price tag of $65 because of what it is as an error coin.
Cool.
So the magnet is quite powerful for Canadian coins and errors, because there is a lot of countries that Canada struck coins for on copper nickel planchets.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Even I've learned something here today.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Roger.
So scale and a magnet are error collectors' tools of the trade.
I've misplaced my magnet. I can't find it.
This is just a normal pencil magnet I use. I use for other reasons. It's got a thing on it because I'm a geologist and I use it for rocks. But Lee Valley has little rare earth magnets that work wonderful, and even through a metal, a certified slab, you'll know if a coin's magnetic or not.
Right. Well, thank you for your time today.
All right.
I hope you have a great show here.
And please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and keep on collecting.